So we basically talked about the first 6 now of the 7 income streams. So let's quickly go back and have a look again and summarize the entire thing so everyone kind of has a better idea on how this works. So we talked about the non-scalable income. This is basically your work. We talked about interest income, and I think most of you here are using that because, I mean, banks pay you interest at least a little bit, right? And we talked about peer-to-peer lending that could scale that up a bit. We talked about stocks, where we mostly focus on dividend income. And we talked about real estate, where we focus on the yield. And we also talked about buy and sell. And this is one of the most powerful ones. Remember, especially the Walmart example with the import-export. So this is really straightforward and powerful tools. We also talked about, for those of you that are interested, you can do the royalties, you can do the licensing deals, you can write a book, for example. And now what we want to talk about now is a business, right? So basically, we want to talk about those things now where you set up a business. And the important thing is we want to talk about a business with equity value. This is so different. And we're going to look again, let's jump back to the cash flow quadrant that we have seen already. And so basically how this works, remember, you have a left side here and you have the right side on the other side. And we basically want to talk about this big business quadrant that you can see. Now, remember, the big difference between the left and the right side is that the right side gives scalable income. And the reason why this is important is because scalable income is independent of time, and something that's independent of time lets you scale your income indefinitely. And this is at the end why we are on this webinar, and this is why people are very interested in that. So let's go into this and quickly look through how this can work. What are the upsides? What are the downsides? And this is important because, I mean, basically starting any business is very similar no matter how you start it. But there are certain differences in how you start these incomes, how do you start these businesses. So I quickly want to run through those 5 different businesses and then give you some tips on all of them. So quickly, let's run them through so you kind of have an idea how this works. Now, the first one is you have your own idea and you execute on this own idea. This is, for example, how Facebook got started, how Apple got started, all these companies got started. Well, and then you have step 2, where you have someone with a great idea, and together with that person with a great idea, you own equity in the company. And this is important. You need to own equity, otherwise you don't participate from the company's growth, and you grow and you earn income from that. Those 2 things are great if you have a good idea, if you know how to raise money, if you can get a good team together, and if you take a lot of risk, I mean, rock and roll, you can really build that. So kudos to all of you who want to do that. That really is great. Third option is a franchise model. You need a lot of own capital to do that. You cannot even loan that from someone. For example, McDonald's asks people to have $500,000 US on their hand when they start a franchise. Then we have something that is become very popular now, is the network marketing model. In the network marketing model, you have a proven system, and if you are at the good timing and you have a great company with a great product, then you can really make a lot of money with very, very little startup cost, and you just grow from there. The last model is the affiliate model. This is where we go very deep into the internet building, where you have a huge mailing list. So you need to have a huge audience. Many YouTubers are using this. Many Instagrammers are using this. So this is people who really go and have a huge audience to go from there. So I hope this makes sense. Before we continue with the other business models, I quickly want to throw out a first mover advantage for all of you that are at the moment in Asia. We're bringing into Asia a new company from the US. And for those of you that are interested to work with us on this, now it would be great to have you on board. It would be a big first move advantage. Simply drop me a message after the webinar and I'm happy to send you more info. Then we could go and take it from there. This is a quick side note, and yeah, I think that would be a good opportunity for most of you watching to this. So let's go and dig a bit deeper into some of the other businesses that we have launched, how to raise this capital. Let's talk a little bit about how to get the team that you need. So if you're a developer, this is how these kind of things come on. You need graphic and design, and you look